Hi, everyone. This is Marilyn Bradford, and I would like to welcome you to my Left Turn podcast. What is your left turn? Writing a blog, parenting in a different way, letting go of the old because you are aware of something greater. Left turns are choices we can all make. It's about a willingness to step into the unknown in any area of your life, to trust yourself, to risk creating or trying something new. It's about letting your true uniqueness shine. The greatest people who have lived, artists, statesmen, writers, explorers, musicians, have all been people willing to turn left. What capacities do you have that you have not acknowledged? What would your life and the world be like if you were willing to turn left? Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Marilyn Bradford with the Left Turn podcast. The choices you make that are normal for you, but are weird for everybody else. And I have a great person with me today, and that is Arthur Wood.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, he's a little bit difficult to describe.
Good Lord. I'm changing every 10 seconds.
Exactly. Grew up on a farm, had a fairly abusive childhood, but always was making choices for himself. He's now head of the Access Call team. He inspires people. He really encourages people and does it with a lot of grace. So welcome, Arthur, again.
Thank you for that. Yes, thank you so much. I'm exhilarated to be on this. It is very different from a lot of things that I've done, and I'm curious to see. I wonder what'll show up.
Yes, I am too. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So
go ahead.
You mentioned that your choices have always seemed normal to you, and it never occurred to you that they would be weird for other people, or that people would tell you don't do that. So if you're looking at your life, what are some of the bigger left turns you made where you just knew what you needed to do?
Wow. Excuse me. Wow, that's a really good one. One is getting started with Access. One is making a change in my life that I did not consider possible. I was an addict.
Okay.
I was an addict for over 20 years, and I couldn't choose out of it. I tried everything. Tried everything. Hypnosis, acupuncture, God. Tried everything. And the choice to try this crazy thing that nobody can explain with these tools that they talk about and these body processes, like I wasn't desperate. I knew I was not going to change. I'll just do it to appease these people. And my friends, when they saw a couple of the videos online, I get Dane's ESP video, excuse me, ESP video with Dane. They're like, "What are you doing? You're an idiot. You look like a moron. You're twitching and being stupid." And I was like, all of them were like, "What are you doing?" And I did not care whatsoever. Totally following the energy. As soon as my body was being touched and access tools were being used around me, I was different.
Cool.
I've lost some friends, but they were the bad ones for me.
Yeah.
And my family's everybody that was saying, "Don't do that. What are you doing? It's weird." Everybody's into it now.
Oh, really?
Everybody sees, they see my happiness. They're attracted to my happiness. Wow. My ease. You know, where I used to complain and be the victim about everything so I could people would give me money or whatever.
Yeah.
Now they're like, "Hey, how'd you do that? What are you doing there? Why does your skin look so, why are you glowing all the time? Why are you bouncing around? Why do you skip every day? You can't be mad when you're skipping." There's no way you can be mad when you're skipping.
I would love to see you skip. Arthur is not a diminutive, tiny person at all.
6'7". It's quite the distance.
Yeah.
But that was probably my biggest left turn was taking a chance on something I knew was positive was not going to work. I was positive I was just appeasing somebody that bought me a class.
Right.
And I would go just because she paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness she did.
Uh-huh.
What a change.
And what a maybe tiny piece of you that's not so tiny was willing to take that chance.
Yeah, it's I get emotional. It's such a gift to have my life back.
Yeah.
To know that I can choose whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I want. I can choose to be mad. I can choose to be whatever, whenever.
Yeah.
And if I don't like that choice, I can choose again. Like when I was stuck in this merry-go-round of just disgusting people, disgusting habits, disgusting places. Ugh. For 20 years.
That's a long time. You know, I worked a lot with addiction and all of that.
I have your book.
So was there one particular thing? Did you just stop all of a sudden? Was it just having the body? Did you just see a different possibility? I would love to know what worked for you.
I did. I didn't stop right away.
Mm-hmm.
I had kind of stopped, and then I had a kind of a emotional setback, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
I went on my little binge,
Mm-hmm.
and the person I was seeing at the time, we got together, and I was high, and we got together, and she said, "I have never ever met this before ever, but fuck you."
Wow.
And that really hit me. I've never meant this before, but I do right now.
Yeah.
That energy was just, it blasted through me, and I just was, oh my God, what am I doing? I have such an amazing possibility in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm choosing weakness and pity. And so when that happened, that was probably there was three big changes. I got a bar session.
Mm-hmm.
So I was dating this girl, and she was going to sleep, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch TV for a few hours because I never slept. I was either on the drug or fiending for the drug.
Yeah.
And she said, let me run your bars. And I'm like, what is that? What are you talking about? In less than 1 minute, I was out snoring my face off.
Amazing.
Never happened before. And then I started getting regular sessions, and all these things started coming up, and I'm having all these questions, and I was just so hungry for the next question I could ask, for the next limitation I could get rid of. Yeah. For the next thing that some guy said was this, like time. Time is a thing because this guy said it is. I don't believe in that.
Right.
I can choose not to believe in time.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I'm reverse aging.
Awesome.
I'm growing again. Like taller. All these weird things are happening. It's amazing to know that you can choose no matter what. Like if you really believe in yourself and what you can do, your power, potency, whatever, you can choose anything.
Yeah.
And when you're really ready, it'll show up. Anyway, that's just so exciting to me. So a bar session, the whole fuck you thing, and then I went to Dane's ESB, and he called me up on the table, and when he did that, I was so scared and nervous, and I just said, follow the energy, follow the energy. He said, what do you want to receive from this session? And in my head, I said, I want to be out of my mind. I want to be out of this and into being, into just being. And after that session, I never touched the drug again. I've helped numerous friends with their addictions.
Cool.
Yeah, I call people every single day.
Now tell me about the call team and what that's that for you.
So much fun. So I've been in technology sales for 25 years. I've sold
Okay.
all kinds of technology to businesses in Colorado, really across the globe, servers and storage, and really just IT hardware and software systems. So I've been cold calling people, and I was good at it. And I've trained sales teams really all over the place on how to cold call. And then
Cool.
there's some tools you can use to really be me to make it fun.
Yeah.
And coming to Access, they don't make cold calls,
Right.
sell anything.
Right.
They don't ask for money. If somebody wanted to buy from us, there's nothing we can sell. That energy is so much fun. Just
Yes.
calling to engage, just calling to contribute to people. Hey, what are you doing today? How was your class? What can we gift you? What can we contribute to you? Tell me about what's next. Tell me about you. That kind of engagement is just intoxicating. I've always said good things happen when you talk to people,
Uh-huh.
and my point of view
What's
has
that?
created my reality. It
Good
really
things
has.
happen when you talk to people.
Good things happen when you talk to people. One of the callers on the team actually made me a shirt. Good things happen when you talk to people. Access consciousness. It when I started on the team, they had to make calls to get class credits, or
Oh,
they had to make calls to stay on the team. Now they get to make calls
cool.
to engage with people.
Yeah.
She made me that shirt too. I get to call you, engage with you, and change the world with you.
Wow.
How does it get any better than that?
How does it? That's amazing.
You've had people, it's one of the gifts of Access. The Access call team does not make any money for Access. We and Gary always knew that we had to have a call team, and it's just for everybody else. It's amazing. I
I,
don't know what else I can tell you, but
that's very inspiring. It really, so what, can you give a couple tools for people on how to engage?
so a couple fun engagement tools. Um, Lowering your barriers is huge.
Okay.
I've worked with sales teams that have had call reluctance and 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 just pure engagement. There's no agenda. You're calling with no agenda. So lowering barriers, and I ask the call team to just pretend it's your mom, pretend it's your brother, or call your brother right before you make the call. There's an energy there when you're not calling for anything.
Yes.
Calling to sell somebody something and pitch them
Yeah.
a product.
Yeah.
They could tell right away,
Yeah.
and they could tell my energy was ooh, so they were ooh. When you let your barriers down, and it's just hi, what are you doing? Like, who is this? Oh, it's Arthur from Access. Oh, hey, there. But that voice, when
Yeah.
you're calling with the voice of, I do you want to ask questions? You pinged, and I wanted to call you. You just had your first bars class. How was it? What's changed? How do you feel? What are you gonna do? That kind of excitement. Congratulations! Come on down. You've won a
Yeah.
call from the call team. Whatever it is,
I love it.
it's just fun. We called Simone the other day. Me and a caller and I were calling Australia, and we called Simone and left her a big message, and she sent one back saying, "Did you mean to call me?" Yeah. Nobody ever calls her. Nobody's ever called her.
Wow.
How fun was that for her to get a call? She
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
So the out of the box, the out of
Yes.
the box calling. I watch Seinfeld. So Seinfeld is a
Right.
host. So I have Seinfeld playing in the background while I'm making calls. And if I get in a funky mood, I just put the laptop away for a second and watch a little Seinfeld because it makes me laugh. Just if and I'm talking to the call team about a couple of things this week, but one of them being faces. The face you make when you're on the phone is the
Mhm.
face they see.
Wow.
So if you can hear when somebody's smiling. It's a totally
Yeah.
when they're not smiling, you can definitely hear that too. When they're worried, you're gonna hang up on them. So your face says a lot on the phone. So in practicing practicing smiling, even though you have nothing funny to say, it is a beautiful way to engage with bodies. Your body
Oh,
engaging with their body.
wow.
Um, Sometimes you just shut up and the bodies do the work. It's like there's so many different pieces of magic. Um, we talked about magic actually, the call team last week. Do you know the definition of magic in the
No,
1828 Webster's Dictionary?
I don't.
All right, you ready? The art or science of putting into action the power of spirits,
Wow.
the science of producing wonderful effects by the aid of superhuman beings.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool? And the last one that I love, the secret operations of natural causes.
Wow.
Today, it's not that. And, you know, in the past, you'd be burned for for being
Yes, you
a
would
witch or
be.
being magical or having
Mm.
having awarenesses or being
Yeah.
just being something different. Today, I'm glad that's not happening. And how much of that in the past are we fearful of here in the
Yeah.
future still?
Yes.
So, what kind of magic can we be everywhere in every engagement? Um, the biggest thing that I work with the colors on is just be you. When you're being you,
Mhm.
just being, hey, what's up? Just being you, it is ease.
Yes.
When you get
Wow.
in your head and you get wobbly or you get fearful or you all the distractor implants and all the fear, all the stuff that brings you down in this reality or this society, when you're being that, you're not you. So when
Right.
you are being you, it's attractive.
Yeah.
You are a magnet. Um,
And that's a huge left turn, being you. We're not
it
raised in
was
this
a
reality to be
huge
us.
left turn. I was
Yes.
the jock. I was the, you
Yeah.
know, I was so many, I labeled myself so many things that I shut everything else out.
Yeah.
And now that I'm being me, I am weird and it's fun. I mean, I have
You
so
are
much
weird
fun.
and you are fun.
Oh, so much fun with it.
Yeah.
When you're as different as you be, people don't know what to do with you,
That's true.
but they're curious.
Yeah.
So when they don't know what to do with you, but they're curious, they're like, it's attractive. They're like, what is this guy? What's this all about? I gotta know more. That's the engagement I like. My point of view is everybody wants to talk to me because I want to talk to everybody.
Cool.
And it creates.
It
Um,
creates.
I stand by the buttons in the elevator. So
Uh-huh.
they have to be by me when they're hitting the buttons. Hey, what are you doing? Nice shoes. A compliment goes a long way. Um,
Yes.
I, I compliment on people's voices or their voices. I compliment on their names. I love calling people named Celeste, Francisco. It's just there's some kind of engagement there, something that we can say, that we can do, that we can be to let that person's walls down too,
Yes.
to help them bring their walls down and open up to talk to us too. I typically in sales I used a tool called pattern interrupt. So the first 3 seconds of the call, you say, "Hey, it's Arthur. Um, what are you doing Saturday?" Act like you know them.
Ah,
Or when I got a gatekeeper, I would say, "Hey, tell Bob Arthur's on the phone." Like totally, like he knows me. And then you get him on, and then that's the scary part, right? Because what are you going to say? What are you going to do? The thing I would use the most is, why don't you tell me 30 seconds of what you do? I'll tell you 30 seconds what I do, and then you can decide if we talk further.
nice.
And that just lets, oh, I'm in control. Yes, you're in control. And then lets
Mhm.
walls down, and whatever they would say, I would just, be me and talk about some benefits that I added in the sales world. And now we do the engagement side of things. We tell stories of change.
That's great.
You hear that
And
this person came out of a coma with bars. Go ahead.
I was going to say that I'm going back to the whole addiction part, because when you're in the addiction, you can't engage except with a drug.
No, exactly. No awareness. You muffle
Yeah.
your awarenesses. I could only engage with drug dealers.
Right.
I
Right.
mean,
So
I
how
was
did
so
you change?
I was so angry. I was so violent. I was so hot-headed. I
Uh-huh.
would get to the pool game and I would freak out on my friends.
Right.
Um, And how did you put it when you asked that question? You can't engage. You really can't.
Yeah, when you're into your addiction, you really can't engage except with the drug or
Yeah.
the whatever it is.
That is wow. I'm so happy you said that, because that's an awareness I hadn't acknowledged. That is so light. That's so true.
Yeah.
Wow. I shut so many people out. My kids. I shut my kids out. Terrible. Anyway, you better edit
Anyway,
that.
what a left turn, what a 180-degree way you chose. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
so true. And what a gift. I mean, I can't even, it's been about 2.5 years. I can't even like recall,
Right.
except the stories that I've told a billion times, like the terrible, idiotic things that I did. But I don't know that person.
They
It's
don't
like,
really exist anymore.
no, it's like that was an entity and he gone.
Yeah, exactly. Gone for good.
I forget.
Gone for
It's
good.
crazy. I mean, to think about just how I'm lucky. Everything that you've done up to this point is why you're here.
Right.
Chose everything, and here it is. And what a gift!
And what a gift.
What a gift to be on the phone with you. Wow, I never thought I'd be this guy.
Well, you sure are, Arthur.
I didn't know if I'd be the janitor for Access. I'm just very, very, very happy.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to people?
Yes, definitely. With engagement, it's as easy as you make it.
Ah,
It's as easy as you make it. If I mean, it could be just a wink.
yeah.
A wink, a wave, blowing a kiss, just facing somebody and staring at them. That's a form of engagement. And in every engagement, there are new possibilities. Every single one. So who's open to creating some possibilities?
Yeah. I never thought of that. That engagement always creates new possibilities.
Every single one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your engagement with me right now is
Yeah.
creating possibilities for other people. For
Yeah.
others, it just grows and grows. And you can really only profit like
Yes.
engagement. If you get judged, it's an energy flow. And
Yes.
you invite a lot of things in when you engage with people. I used to judge so many different things, so many people, and I realized, wow, I'm shutting off such a huge piece of the world.
Yes.
Like I was a redneck, I was a cowboy,
Yeah.
and I would only hang out with cowboys. It's like, wait a minute, why? Look at all these fun people. So just get out of the box, go engage.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Arthur. This was a lot of fun and very inspiring and enlightening.
No, thank you so much. I hope somebody gets something out of it.
I'm sure they will.
I did. I definitely did. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you so much for joining this episode of Left Turn. I wonder what embracing left turns could create in your life. What magical possibilities might show up. Remember, when you choose left turns, you are joining a group of the most creative and brilliant people the world has ever known.